yeah, so I pretty much just came back from the midnight premiere screening of The Avengers in the Embassy Theatre at Wellington, New Zealand. And I just wanted to give my small, mediocre little review of this movie. Because I'm not the best reviewer, I'm not going to go into the fine details of this film in terms of critiquing it. So I'm just going to give my thoughts and give a few spoilers at the end. And by spoilers, I might mean what happens during the credits. I thought this film was great. If I could sum it up in one sentence, it was well worth the wait. Full of humour and plenty of good action to go along with it. The film, however, is not perfect, but you could say that about any film. The story gets a little choppy in some places, with a few extra backstories that don't really contribute to much of the plot. And I'm talking about the small bit of backstory you get between Scarlett Johansson's character, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. You see and hear about a little bit of their past, but it's not. The Hulk makes his fantastic reappearance, played by Mark Ruffalo. The Hulk is definitely not a character to be taken seriously in this film. He is probably one of the funniest characters who makes the funniest jokes in the film, but does have some of the most epic moments in the film as well. Okay, so the other characters, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, they seem just as they were in each of their own respective films. Tony Stark, just like Tony Stark in the Iron Man films. Captain America is just like Captain America in his films. And Thor is just like Thor in his film, even though I haven't actually seen the whole thing yet. If you've seen Captain America, spoilers, then you know he gets frozen for 70 years and he wakes up in modern times. They make light of the fact that he's obviously missed a lot of history, so they make a lot of jokes to do with that sort of stuff. I'm also going to mention that Clark Gregg, who plays Agent Phil Coulson, who is in pretty much all of these films, he's the agent dude who goes around getting everyone together with Nick Fury. Anyway, Agent Phil Coulson has some of the funniest and probably one of the most memorable scenes in the film. That's all I'll say, but it's pretty cool. I guess I'll briefly mention Loki. He's back from Thor as the main villain, and he's got an army. Yep. He appears right at the start. The film just starts, boom, there's the problem, and it has to be fixed. And Nick Fury's gonna do that. Okay, so I'm done talking about the characters, I'm done talking about the story, so I'm just gonna say a few spoilers. If you've seen on IMDb, there is supposed to be another Thor film, Thor 2. So obviously Thor and Loki are supposed to be in it. And also, if you stick around for the credits, obviously, because this is an Avengers film, like all the other films, there is a video bit, and in case you're still watching, this is going to be a huge spoiler, so if you don't want to see the spoilers, then don't watch. But let's just say it was teased that the next villain, if there is to be an Avengers 2, is, he's got a red face, and he was German. If you don't understand the reference, then, yes. But that's the spoiler at the very end. Basically, I would say go watch this film. It's an enjoyable ride, it's funny, full of action, and despite a bit of story choppiness, you get past those and you can definitely watch an enjoyable film. So this was my mediocre review of The Avengers. I'm going to go and edit this video. So yeah.